Hey.
Hello, my name is Rosa Cisneros, and I'm very happy that we can have the second part of You Never Dance Alone. The first group was on the 16th of May in 2023, and today I'm sitting down again with our friends in Gulf who was unable to make the original session, but who still we wanted to include in the event. So yes, thank you, Gulf, for sitting down with me today. I know you're in Thailand. If you could give me a little bit of information of who you are and yes, some of the work you do.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Golf. Thank you so much for having me here. And actually, I am a theater artist. I have been working in theater industry in Thailand, especially in Chiang Mai city, which is on the northern part of Thailand for almost 15 years. And mostly I do the uh, physical based movement and dance like contemporary dance and also traditional of a Thai northern dance. And most of the time I work with the community, so I apply the theater working with the community, different groups, especially in the rural area. Yeah. And also most of the time I also work with the students, trying to uh, empower the young people to engage to the theater practice, and also using theater for art as education. Yes.
Well, it sounds like you do a lot of different but very important things. You said you work with contemporary but also traditional. Can you tell me a little bit about that work and how the traditional, or if the traditional, informs or feeds into the contemporary work you do?
Uh,
Or are they very separate, the traditional and the contemporary?
mm, in the in the in the way of the culture in Thailand right now, contemporary dance is pretty much used as the form of using the the gesture and figure of traditional dance as a element to produce and express addressing issues that are crossing the time and the space. But the way of the presenting mostly we touching as like a surface, so we didn't it's pretty hard to find the group of contemporary dance that they are trying to dig in the deep of that movement or gesture of the Thai traditional dance, and trying to decentralize, no, not the deconstructing and trying to recreate with that.
Yes.
Yeah. So by saying that, that's why the way of their presenting, it's not really like to compare with the dance contemporary dance in like in America or in Europe. It might not really like totally change much, you know. Yeah. So somehow this is how it looks right now.
Yes, and so that's really, I think, important to this idea of going deeper and some of the issues in the culture. You know, we Can you maybe give me a little bit of an example of some of that work that you've been doing, either with the traditional and the contemporary or with the young people? Because you said you were using arts for education with the young people. Can you tell me a little bit about that, please?
The one of the project that I work, it's using the theater, working with the young children who in the community, and that community, they are ethnic minority who they are stateless. They don't have an identity card. So the right, uh, the right of citizen and the right of getting the hospital service, something like that, or even access to the school educational system, they have no right at all. So we trying to work with two levels. First is to empower the main target group, which is the people in the community that they have right to express their thoughts, their idea, their feelings by using the theater art practice. And this is the way that we have been working. But it actually takes a lot of years to trying to let them gain a lot of confidence, because you can imagine that if you are a person who are free away to live for surviving in another country because of the Cold War from Myanmar by that time, and they moved to Thailand, and the way that they have the place that they have to stay in, like it was a forest, and which is the area that is forbidden by the officials in Thailand, and they have been trying to replace many spots a lot of time. And when they see the Thai people or the official, they are very scared, yeah. So it's not so easy to let them feel like they are human like us in Thailand, because the first moment I still remember that when we work with them, they don't really look give me an eye contact when we having a conversation, and their face, they never look to my face, right? And also their body, like their shoulder, it's like a snail, it's like yeah, they feel like that. But many years, their body language has been changed a lot. They open their shoulder, their back is straight. When they talk to me, they don't feel like they have to be lower than me. They just feel like they can stand next to me and talk to me, looking in my eyes, and they are really talkative to me now.
That must be
Sometimes,
really. They keep going.
speak much faster than me. Yes. So this is the way that how we trying to work with the main target. Not only the young people, we also work with the adult as well, because we know that working with the young children is not like only 1 or 2 hours, but we have to trying to get the help and support from the parents when they are off our hand, when they go back to their home. How can we study their change behavior after they joining our activity, and also parents also have another like assignments, working with the young people, as a human resource for the kids for getting research, because we can give them a confidence already. They are feeling like they can go to perform or do something. So in the step of researching, parents can come to help this part as well. And after that, we are trying to make the performance, a theater production, by using their culture, their tales, or even the story that they have, trying to bringing their identity back to them as well. Not only to tell the other society, but also it's like trying to fill the gap between the elderly and also the young people who have the gaps. So the elder can tell the traditional folk art or story, something like that. So there is a collaboration between generation in the community. And also when it was the final look of the product, we can present to the bigger society, and that is giving a lot of big awareness to the society that there are exist in our society, and we need to take care of the people no matter what the background they are from and how they come here. But if we know as a people, we need to help as much as possible. Yeah.
Yes. And it sounds, that sounds really rewarding and very, intense work that you're doing as well with the community, with the different communities. So I heard Myanmar community. Can you tell me any other communities that you're working with and ethnic minorities you're supporting with your theater and dance work?
So Makhampom Theatre Group, where I work, we also work with another different groups, not only the ethnic minority. We are also working with the poor community in city, like a poor people in the city area, because mainly we Makhampom Theatre Group trying to use theater to engage, working with the people has been seen and called as the second citizen, or the people who have left behind. Or we also work with the people who living with HIV or LGBT groups or vulnerable group like disability people and elderly as well, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
And is there a lot of stigma with these groups? Is there a lot of stereotypes that people have about these groups that you're working with? And do people think, about, what do people ask you questions about the work that you do? And if so, how do you reply to them? Or how do you, maybe defend the work that you do?
I could tell many things, but maybe one thing about what is the very first work we used to use theater engage working with the community, back 40 or more than 40 years ago. By that time, Makhampom Theatre Group has been found, and those time we found this theater because of we want to address about the issue HIV, because HIV by that time is like COVID-19 2 years ago, which is very scary and dangerous and feel like very crisis to every society, that time. So working with HIV, we have to work with two level, with the people who have living with HIV, and also working with the society about the HIV stigma, something like that. So it's very hard. It's very hard to talking about very crisis issue by using the theater, So and also it's not only about the topic that is very sensitive. It's about the form that we presenting to the society by using a theater. Like I said, back to like 40 years ago in Thailand, have in the community area, the people that have no experience what is the live experience theater is, and using a theater itself as a medium, it's very strange. It's something like you are crazy people. Why you have to shout and make a dance, a weird movement in the public space like that? So the reaction of them to us when we perform by that time, they're gonna like have pretty like trying to get away from us, and
That
sometimes
must be
even
hard,
laugh.
though. That must be hard in the beginning. I'm
Yes.
sure that, you support each other, but, I think it's very emotional, this kind of work. So how do you take care of yourself or how do you take care of each other as a company, as a theater group?
Because working like that, for example, like the HIV addressing issue in society by that time, we always have to collaborate with another groups like local government, with the official, and if we want to talk about the health issue, we need to work with the doctor or the people from the hospital, and also working with the non governmental organization like NGO groups who also trying to work on this issue as well. It's really giving more big impact to the work and make it the movement go easier. Even there is a lot of challenging happen, but with a lot of eyes and hands from many groups, with that movement, it's really make sure that we can find a way to get the good result at the end. Yeah. So that is our strategy, trying to not to be like a single artist group, trying to create the art area for people to engage, but it's like using an art as a medium to bring different non-artists in society come to work together. Yeah,
that's lovely. And some of the other groups also talked about being a collective and coming together and being stronger together. And it feels like that's a bit of what you're talking about, that you support each other and are coming together in this very horizontal way. Is there anything that for you feels really important that you would like to share about the work that you're doing, the methods, the values, or any maybe principles or things that feel very important to you in this kind of work? Is there anything that you would, as a message maybe, that you want to share? So if you had to tell me, you know, the kind of core, what's the center part of your work? What, you know, whether it's with the young people, the old people, the contemporary or the traditional, what's in all of those that, you know, that makes the work, Golf's work or the group's work? How would you describe that to someone?
If I can try to find the words to conclude all my work look, it might be looking like my work is like a festival, you know, that everyone in the space, it's shifting the power together, no? Sometimes you giving an action, sometimes you receive it, you are receiver or the audience or something like that. But sometimes these people to be people who give an action or perform or do something, and this person will be like an audience, and the power between those people is shifting together in that space. So my work is trying to give the space for everyone to feel like, if I'm not the artist, if I'm not good at art, anything at all, how can I feel safe to join to your space? How, if I am very like using a lot of hate, thinking too much, like something like that, how can I feel like I can enjoy in your space, something like that? Or even like, if I'm like very young age, I'm 10 people, how can I feel okay to talk with the 60 years old people in the space? So my work is trying to make everyone to feel like that way, even you have different skill, different interest, point of view, something like that. But you can come to share those knowledge and skill together. Yeah.
That's really beautiful. I mean, yeah, no, it's really beautiful because it's you know, this idea of a festival and kind of all of the things that happen at festivals, and you know, and that you're creating a safe space for people to connect and to, you know, maybe step out or try something new. So yeah, I think that's really, really beautiful. And final question, is there something that you hope for the future for your group that you would like to see, or for dance in Thailand? Is there anything that you think, that's really important to me and that's something I would like to do or like to see, or yeah.
I I am developing the idea of how the performing art scene, especially in Chiang Mai city, can be expand the space and expand the opportunity for people to engage more. Because when we having like a festival in performing art festival in Chiang Mai city, that is like it's only 1 or 2 weeks per year, but in the year we have many days, So I think there are many things, there are many space, there are many issues, there are many people that we have a lot of resource we can use all the whole year, So by that which I also developed this idea with another different festival platform like Pride Festival or Flower Festival or Music Festival or Film Festival or Folk Arts or Food Festival, something like that. Because in the city there are many festivals and we are having our main target group to trying to work with. But if we share the resource, like we share the space, we share the knowledge, we share the connection, and we trying to expand the whole year that people can access to the art and cultural activity every day in Chiang Mai city and every avenue, it will give a lot of employment. People will have more work, the artists will have more work, and the surrounding local will get the impact from the art and cultural activity that the local economic gonna raise a lot. And also in the bigger massive, it will draw a lot of visitors from another city in Thailand trying to visit, because when they come to Chiang Mai, they might have been visiting Chiang Mai many times in their life, but if we can trying to provide them a new experience every time you come to visit Chiang Mai, it's like never be the same from last trip. This will draw a lot of visiting from the people in country, and also a lot of people from another country as well, Yes, and by saying telling this wish, I also, it's not only about telling, but also it has been on the process already that last year I opened the space trying to making a networking event that invite many artists from different discipline, not only the theater but also music, film, traditional, visual arts, or even like writing. So all of those artists come, and also the founder of each festival from different platform in Chiang Mai city, and also the local official who has to take care the art and cultural activity in Chiang Mai, and also the owner of gallery, owner of the space, owner of the restaurant, who also the owner of the hotel, something like that, who also thinking about we need to trying to find the way to create the new experience for the visitor every time. And we are visualizing, I would say like this, we are trying to visualizing that how can we make those vision to be seen, and last April, 2 months ago, we also having another networking event that we provide in the space for the producer from different country, almost 50 people around the world come to help visualizing about this vision together.
Yes, that's really So it's something you want to do, but you've already started doing it as well. So that's really, really powerful. Yes. Well, thank you so much, Go, for all of, for sharing with us. I think we could spend hours, days, weeks talking and learning and looking at some of your work. But for today, we'll have to end our session here. Clearly you love what you do, and it's exciting to be around people that love what they do. And I feel very honored that I could sit and have a private conversation with you that we will be able to share with the rest of the global world, which is something that you also are very interested in, sharing your work and bringing people together. So thank you for that. And I wish you all the best, and I hope one day I can come to one of your networking events and meet you and be around your work and be in your festivals and be in your hands, because you clearly are doing really beautiful, powerful work. And I'm very grateful for having this moment to sit down with you. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.